moment, and Paul Joyce. They're the two we've got. Can probably take one more, but Chris can do that.
I'll do 10 questions. No, everyone's joking. Yeah, there's obviously a lot of focus on this supposed clash between Virgil and Romelu, and I know what you're going to say. There's more to the game than just that. But is there anything different about Chelsea and how they set up that's radically changed, you think, with the introduction of Lukaku and how you approach the game?
Yeah. Of course, I like whoever played up front. So maybe the closest was obviously when Giroud played up front, but not still then very different. But it's closer than when Werner played up front for Chelsea. Of course, Romelu is a fixed point. So he is yes, you can find him maybe on the wings in moments, but it's not that he will be there the majority of the time. He really wants to keep the center halves in the center, have these challenges, want to have body contact, all these kind of things. And then you have these wild running and really skilled boys around him, Mason, Mount, probably Havertz, not sure. They have obviously a lot of other options who will start then. Then you have the wing backs, which they most of the time, if not always, use. Then Reece, James and Chilwell or Alonso on the left side. Two very, very, very good midfielders. So is it Kante and Jorginho or Kovacic and Jorginho or whoever? So that's the thing you can expect. But of course, if Romelu is playing, then that's a different kind of play. But each cross is now, if you let them cross, each ball in the box is immediately a major problem. Probably that's how it was with Giroud again as well. But Romelu, when you saw the last game against Arsenal, the 2 goals they scored, even the one was Reece James across to him. You could see how Arsenal tried to defend it, how he got rid of the centre half, and then came in the box for a pretty easy goal. The other goal which Reece scored was then because the formation of Arsene was really central, so he was completely free on the right inside the 18-yard box already. I'd say it's really not that easy because they are impressive in these kind of things. So it's how always in football, if you don't want to have the problems there, you should avoid the passes to that area. That's what we obviously will try. But if the ball is there, you have to defend it anyway.
Right. I mean, just to say, statements of the obvious, but it's not. It's too simplistic to see. It's Virgil's job. It's the team's job, as you say, to stop the supply line, stop the crosses, stop the whole package, as you say, having its effect.
Look what Thomas Tuchel did there is really good, and so it means that the way they build up, the way they play, it's a clear structure, but very flexible. So they have obviously the width most of the time with the wing backs, and or cover the width with the wing backs. That's the right thing. Have then in the half spaces, like if you want this double 10, double 6, very flexible players, and now a proper target player up front. If I think last year very often people spoke about that Chelsea played really well, but didn't finish the situations often enough off. And that was obviously the idea behind the signing of Romelu. And so, yeah, smart business. But in the end, the good thing about football is there is no football you cannot defend at all. It's more tricky, it's more difficult. It's against us not so easy to defend, to be honest. But it's unfortunately impossible as well. And so these are the different aspects. And of course, it's not, you can make whichever headline you want to write about Romelu and Virgil. If he will show up around the other centre half as well, I guess. And the other players, if you are only focused on Romelu, Kai and Mason will punish you. So that's the situation. It's a good football team. That's why they won the Champions League. We are a good football team, and now let's play the game. You can imagine that we thought with enough time to train, to talk about it. Obviously, today is another meeting with the boys. We will show them exactly what we did already yesterday, actually in training, and the day before, what we want to do to cause them problems, because we should not ignore that fact that it's possible as well.
Okay, final 2 questions. Paul Joyce, and we finish with Andy Hunter. Paul, from the time.
Yeah, sorry, Jurgen, when you get a visit from Arsene Wenger, do you take time to maybe pick his brains on things? Did you get any advice from him this week that you maybe use for your career going forward? I mean, do you take that opportunity, given what he's done in the game, to ask him questions? How did your meeting go with him?
Good, very good. He is a little bit before, but a very nice guy, very nice, impressive person. But he was here actually to as a FIFA representative. Yeah. So and we had time together, but it was more that he showed me the things the FIFA wants to do structure-wise in the future, and wanted to know my opinion. There was no real time then on top of that I didn't wrote any questions down to ask him. It's just I never did that, to be honest, not only with him, not because I'm a big believer and you always have to find your own way to deal with the specific problems over a day. We had a good laugh as well about similar problems he had to the problems I have now. He's not overly disappointed about not having these problems anymore. And no, it was just a nice talk. But then he wanted to know my opinion about the FIFA plans.
Okay. And Andy, to finish on the game.
Hi, Jurgen. There's been mentioned that obviously you're facing maybe a different Chelsea team in terms of the personnel, or having a different striker up front. But do you think you're facing a different Chelsea team now in terms of maybe the swagger they have because they've won the Champions League? And was that something that you noticed about your team going into the titles winning season, having just won the Champions League? Do you think something similar could happen to Chelsea this year?
I hope not, but it's possible, of course. Last night they got pretty much all prizes, right? All the players, goalie, yes. Oh no, defender was, yes. But midfielder and no striker was Haaland, right? So they got most of the prizes. Yes, and
goalkeeper.
Yeah, I say goalkeeper. Yeah, I know, Mandy, I know. So, and that's yeah, that's never harms the confidence, let me say it like that. But yeah, what can I say? We meet them twice. Hopefully we can win tomorrow, which is difficult enough. Hopefully we can win when we face them again. All the other games we have nothing to do with. So it means if they win all of them, then even when we win the two, it could be enough. Let me say it like this. So yeah, but it helps. Being successful helps. I can tell. And so you want to have more, I'm sure. But look, with this strange year in between and difficult year in between, actually, want to be honest, we want to be successful as well. We are quite ambitious. Is it possible for us? I don't know. Nobody knows. We will give it a proper try. And we know that this league, not only since this transfer window, which is not even finished yet, is the strongest league in the world. And I think nobody doubts that. And being ambitious in this league means you have to be ready to get some knocks, to get some punches here and there. You just have to get up again and go again. And with the quality we have, if we can do that, then again, the only plan was always that we are able to beat the best teams in the world, whoever that is. We never thought about being the best team in the world. So obviously in this moment, nobody thinks we are the best team in the world. Good. We still want to try to beat the best teams, and Chelsea won the Champions League. So there's not a lot of tournaments who are more precious. What is that? Yeah, important. So let's give it a try.
Terrific. Thank you, everybody. All the best, and speak to you maybe after the game tomorrow. Okay.
Thank you.
Recording stopped.